Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new Ironman League Racing video. Today we're racing around the streets of Baku. As you can see, we are out on our one-shot quali. We have invalidated on purpose so we can start last again, just like we do every Ironman League race. And we're just completing the lap here in our one-shot quali to get a bit of a feel of the track, get a bit of a feel of the setup, as this is the only practice lap we're basically gonna get out of our 100% league race, simply because the tracks are chosen randomly only when everyone has joined the lobby, so no one is being able to practice before we head in the race. And as you can see, we're starting on intermediate conditions here at the start of the race as well. Later on in the race it might rain again the final few laps. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Let's get started.
How that's
Watching the Arno's live stream. I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, reading 3 comment sections at the same time.
How that pans out. As you can hear, me and my teammate Danny Bresnay in the same call like always when we're doing the Ironman League races. But back to the race we go now. Then it's lights out, and as you can see there, we are starting last into turn 1. There's not really an overtaking opportunity into turn 1. Because it's like 3 wide into there. If you're starting last, you might as well take it calm. Turn 2 could have maybe gone for it, but yeah, gap ahead of us had the inside covered off quite nicely, so just taking it careful. It's a 51 lap race, of course, no point in jumping the start like we did last week, or yeah, hitting your front wing off in these opening laps, as there are many kind of more casual league races in there that tend to break quite early compared to F1 eSport drivers, so I always need to keep that in the back of my mind. So we've gained 1 position there to that Alpha Tauri, and now we're trying to find our way through in the Alfa Romeo as well. A little bit of a wheel bang there, which you get away with on the F1 game. In real life, the car on the outside will be in the wall. So up to P18 we go. And now we've got Benz ahead of us, and Biro, who is ghosted, so I think he is disconnected from the session. And yeah, we're just gonna be able to drive through him there. So up to P17, careful opening few corners of the race so far. And now we need to make a move on Benz Lies. I think you pronounce it Lies. Having a little look down the inside there, but yeah, a bit of an awkward corner to go side by side there as we go up to P16, and safety car has been deployed already. And
we anticipate an end to this rain in around 5 minutes. Inters seem to be the fastest.
Why are they standing still? As you can hear our engineer say there, rain ending in 5 minutes already, so by the time the safety car comes in, it might be dry.
Oh mate, that would be so risky.
And as you can hear our teammate Danny Bresnay say, a box for dries.
It's standard strategy.
Yeah, right.
However, he said it as a joke, but very late on I was like, we might as well do it. Because there is going to be a big chance that it's going to be dry when the safety car comes in.
YOLO.
And I was like, you know what?
We're going for it. Let's go.
We've got nothing to lose, simply because it is Baku. There's a big chance of another safety car in this league. And yeah, we might lose a lot of time, but the thing is, if you are an intermediates,
if this works, I've got an absolute huge rank.
Safety car comes in, you still need to pull a 20-second gap to the
what do you say?
slick tire winner. So
it's not the brain, it's the testicles.
So yeah. As you can see there,
the safety car.
Someone has crashed in the safety car on slicks while it has been wet, and I think that might be the reason for the safety car to stay out another lap. I'm not sure, but you can see it is fairly dry already. I'm sure that the intermediates will be faster if the safety car would come in this lap. But there's gonna be another lap of the safety car staying out, and now
literally
everyone has to box for slicks, and that means we're gonna get a lot of free positions here for people that have to box.
Crazy stuff, man.
Up to P6, here we go.
And
Why is Blood stopped on track?
as you can see now, there's a bit of chaos going on. I think there might be a glitch with cars having to let each other through for illegal overtake.
What are you doing?
But yeah, bit of a weird one. I'm not sure what was going on here.
No?
As they're almost standing still, and there's
I
actually
see what I'm seeing.
a guy in
No, not really.
P1 pulling off into the distance while we're standing still here on the middle of the straight. So, bit of a weird one.
I see. What's happening here?
I don't know.
Who is that?
Norby Zabo Connie. This started in turn 1 already. We're like 30 seconds by the leader.
I don't get it.
We're gonna restart and the guy is gonna be into the distance.
So yeah,
Not legal.
all of this has caused the safety car to stay out another lap. And now it's definitely completely right, but the guy who was in P1 was the disconnected car.
What on earth am I watching?
And now he's boxed for dries and still come out ahead of us. So that's a bit frustrating, but we're finally gonna go racing again at the end of lap 5. We've actually not completed a single lap of racing yet, and we're gonna try and do that on this lap. We're on the mediums, just like everyone else, basically. I think Istvan Pukki is on the hards in P2. So let's see how the pace is on that tire compared to us.
Starts, please.
So
You see?
very long
Yeah.
halt on the safety car restart, as I actually overtook Timbo there, and I'm not
No
sure.
idea what it just it was legal, but we moved.
I'm not sure if that was legal, as you can hear me say. I did get a legal overtake on Biro for some reason, but we did not
so confused.
on Timbo. So yeah, as you can hear me say that, I'm very confused about that. But we take it. There's no post-race penalties in this league, as far as I'm aware, unless someone starts taking out intentional in-game penalties, and incidents I think are not really penalized. So yeah, we were a bit naughty on that one. Got away with it. There might be another few safety cars coming, of course. I will definitely try it again if it does happen, but we're gonna have to wait and see, of course, how the game kind of recognizes that it's an illegal overtake or not. Now we've got Norby Zabo ahead of us in the Aston Martin on the mediums. He never really seems to be fast, but he's always in the top 10, I feel like. Always lurking quite high up in the points, and he's doing that once again in P3. So made a good strategy call as we go for the move now on the exit of a kind of second last real corner, and now we're gonna have to turn on the overtake to try and catch up to Istvan Pukki and Ben Zabo Konyi, who's on the softs, Istvan on the hards. And now we're gonna get a direct comparison on a tire, soft versus hard versus medium. So let's see how that's gonna go. We're gonna have to defend from Norby Zabo Konyi into turn 1, and we're gonna break much later. So purple last sector, of course, as we drained our entire battery down the main straight to stay ahead of Norby behind us. End of lap 8 now. You can see we have completely drained our battery here in order to try and stay or get into the DRS of Istvan Pukki, and perhaps stay in it as well, as I wasn't really comfortable. I haven't really played Baku on this game yet competitively at all. This was my first competitive few laps, and I think even like open lobby wise I've not really driven on it. End of lap 10, or sorry, I should say halfway into lap 10, safety car has been deployed.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good. Okay,
Another
dry
safety
seem like
car.
the best tyre for
Time
now.
up to top 10.
And yeah, I'm gonna be
No rain
boxing
expected, no rain
for
expected for the
a set of softs at the end of this lap.
Definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
We haven't done a lot of race laps on this set of tires, but
We box?
new tires are just so much faster. And as you can hear me say there, I wasn't sure if I was gonna box, but I was like, you know what, we got a lot of softs anyway, we might as well box for them. You only get 2 sets of mediums, 3 sets of softs, and I think 1 set of hards, so...
Safety cars. We will base both of our mediums, so it is what it is.
The game's the game.
So yeah, end of lap 10, boxing under the safety car for a new set of softs. And yeah, we've only done kind of 4 full push laps on those tires, which is not a lot, but
Softs.
yeah, I still felt like it was better to box. New tires are a big advantage on this game, and we're gonna be coming out
I did one more front wing.
in P6, I think so. We've got a fast lap of the race at the moment, but we still got 40 laps to go, so someone is definitely gonna break that. It might actually be us on this new set of softs. So we got Ben Sabo Konyi on the mediums again, so we should be faster on this lap. We got 5 cars to overtake before we get into the lead, and Eastern Pookie on used hards, of course. So I'm expecting a big pace advantage in the opening few laps, so we have to make moves fast here in order to get track position. And we're going to be restarting very late, as you can see there. Istvan is leaving it late. We go for the restart and yeah, try to go for a cheeky little overtake there. Unfortunately, the game didn't allow us this time, and we had to give the positions back. So try to be naughty again, didn't work.
Didn't work this time.
As you can hear me say there. And yeah, no positions gained there on the safety car restart this time, but with a lot more grip. A gap in P4 right ahead of us, and then Benz on a new set of mediums is gonna go for it for sure, but he didn't. So I was like, thank you very much. Free position for us, P5, and now we've got Gap ahead of us, who is not the fastest guy, but he never makes it easy for us. So we're gonna go for a late lunge down the inside. He leaves us the space nicely. We'll leave him the space on the inside, and up into P4 we go. Good bit of racing there between me and Gap. And now we've got Zoltan Boda next up. And yeah, also on a used set of mediums, just like Benz in P2 in the Red Bull. So many Benzes, I feel like, in Hungary. We got one in P6 and one in P2. I'm not sure if there's another one in this league, but yeah. That's a try and get past another Benz in a lap time. But first we've got Zoltan ahead of us. We've got a full battery. I'm not going to use it just yet because I just want to use that slipstream. I want to stay really close to him and use that slipstream to my advantage on this entire straight. As you can see, he's using a bit of his battery. Every time he uses, I use a little bit. So I can stay close to him and get a lot of slipstream down the straight. He seems to be slightly lower on the wings than us perhaps, but we're gonna go late on the brakes into turn 1 and up to P3 we go. Now we've got a Benz ahead of us and then Eastern Pookie on those older hards. I'm saying older, they're only like 4 push laps old. So yeah, into turn 3 we're gonna go. We're gonna brake a lot later on this new set of softs, and let's see if we can get past Eastern Pookie as soon as possible. Ideally we get past him in the middle sector, but as you can see we cut onto the main straight. We did not get past him in the middle sector. He squeezes us a little bit there in the bend on the straight. He's gonna get slipstream, but we are on a lot lower wings, I think so. I think Istvan might have set up his car a little bit for the wet, and yeah, that is costing him down the straight, of course. But as you will see soon, he is going to be very fast in the middle sector every time we go through there. We might have actually gone a little bit too low wings even for dry conditions. So yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, that's why I went for softs.
It's a bit risky, of course, with
What?
having done no practice time. You're always guessing the setup
again.
A little bit. So yeah, as you can even say there,
Yeah, it seems.
we
We're
are.
expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
We're gonna be boxing for softs again, as rain is coming in 10 to 15 minutes. So by the time the safety car comes in, it's
Unboxing?
more gonna be like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, me too.
And we've actually pulled a really big gap to the rest of the field. 2.5 seconds out of Istvan, and then there is 6 seconds, 7 seconds to our teammate Danny Bresnay. So we are both coming in for a new set of softs. That means we have got one new set of softs remaining.
It says rain in 10 to 15 minutes, by the way.
After this, then one new set of mediums and one new set of hards remaining, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, for me too.
ideally we leave a set of softs and mediums as late as we can. I don't think I really want to be using the hards.
They started.
Yeah, as the restart is there.
What's Istvan doing?
Not a great restart for everyone, especially for Istvan behind us, who got dropped by a second. And yeah, Christoph had a phenomenal restart there in P1. Norby, a little bit of a moment out of turn 1 on those old hards. And yeah,
Norby guys on very old parts, so watch out in the middle.
yeah, he stood no chance
compared
compared to our new softs.
Yeah, I did it as well last time.
And yeah, Danny tried to do the same as what we did last time, overtaking before the finish line. And yeah, he had to give the position back as well. I have no idea how we got away with it the first time, but we did somehow. End of lap 19 now, we're gonna go for the move on Christoph, down the inside on this long straight, and up into P1 we go. We're gonna try and break that DRS as soon as possible, of course, because I do not want Istvan to stay in our DRS as well, as he is catching Christoph at a fairly rapid pace on those new softs as well, of course. So Istvan does have a few extra sets of tires because he stayed out that first time on the set of hards. So that might come into play later on in this race. Not sure. Depends on how many safety cars there are going to be, of course.
I'll box.
And yeah, as you can hear me say that, I'm going to be boxing for a set of intermediates. It is still a little bit dry, but the switch can come really fast. And yeah, I just felt like one of us had to box, and I decided to go for it. Don't want to double stack when you are so close behind each other.
Oh,
Istvan, Pookie behind us boxing as well for a set of the intermediates. And out we go again onto the track. Looks like we're gonna be coming out in
they have no grip.
P4.
They don't want to double stack.
And as you can hear our teammate Danny Bresnay say, he already has no grip. So we might have made a correct decision here, but
Inters have no grip as well. Oh! Oh, you bastardo! Bastardo!
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, finally. I have absolutely zero grip and I can barely keep up with the delta, man. I'm so lucky.
so yeah, Danny got incredibly lucky there with his safety car timing. He would have lost a lot of time on this lap, staying out on the slicks, and somehow we've still managed to come out ahead of him.
How did you do that?
And
Daar ben je een kale, man.
Okay, I will cook you up.
yeah, I'm not sure how we managed to pull that one off, but we have managed to come out
Out of the final
Danny.
right-hander now.
And yeah, me and Danny are next to each other, so we can live communicate on when we're restarting after a safety car. And yeah, that's quite handy. I decided to go early on safety car restart here
We cook
because
for Istvan.
Istvan is on higher wings. He was gonna have no chance if we did an early safety car restart. So yeah, that was a bit of tactics. And you can see we put quite a big gap to Istvan because he's on higher wings and because we can communicate on when we're restarting. So a good safety car restart there. But as I said earlier on in this video, we are on low wings for the dry already, I felt like. And Istvan was on much higher wings and probably set up his car a little bit for the wet. So this is not going to be easy. Istvan goes down the inside. I've locked up and I'm just desperately trying to hold on to the lead here as Istvan has a much faster car in these conditions, and we just have to hold on to this P1 position desperately and hope it dries up as soon as possible. Once again, using my battery on the straight to stay ahead with those lower wings, and then in the middle sector it's quite hard to overtake, so we just need to crawl around, make sure we don't make any mistakes and cover off any overtaking opportunities.
So much in turn on.
On to lap 32 now. You can see Istvan having a little look again as we have a little moment into turn 2. Once again, we're gonna have to defend as we head down the straight into turn 3. You can see Istvan staying quite close to us. He has the advantage of the slipstream, of course, as he goes a little bit wide. Almost pushes us into the wall, but he straight away realized his mistake and very fairly.
So stupid.
You went straight on.
Yeah.
At least
But
you
I
can.
turned back without damage.
At least you can. At least you have cleaner.
And yeah, very fairly, Istvan gave us the position back straight away, which is really nice for him. Really
Not too bad.
fair racing from him.
Keep a star.
Yeah, Danny went straight on in turn 3.
I think I would have
And
lost this 2 position anyway because of the double stack. They are quite close.
Yeah, that's true actually.
So it's okay. I made the show,
Confirmed, we'll receive you
for
at the end
nothing.
of this lap.
but I had 100% DRS behind you. I just wanted you to
Conditions look
overtake.
stable at the moment.
This
No
lap,
rain currently
I would have got
expected.
both of you.
Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster. We're right on the crossover.
That's right, medium, but don't care about that. Care about the guy that loves you, smiles at you every single day in the factory.
So yeah, lap 34.
Hearts it is, Danny.
We have
Especially
boxed
for you.
for a set of hearts.
One. Why
Danny
is the pit stop so slow, man?
is still in the fight for the championship, so
No way.
we wanted to work together a little bit, so we decided to both go for the hearts. The hearts look pretty good when
I must go on soft.
Istvan used them in the first dry stint they did, so both me and Danny decided to go for it. And yeah, as I said a few sentences ago, Danny is still in for the championship, so I want to work together a little bit, help him. I think if Istvan wins, Danny needs a P9, so we just need a safe race for Danny, basically, for him to win the championship. But we go racing again. Really good restart there. Istvan is on the mediums behind us. Thomas Gall in P3.
Oh my god, Istvan hit the whole wall so hard.
On the softs, then Benz, Zabo, Konyi in P4 on the mediums, and
We're gonna have no racing laps on these tires. This is not ideal, Danny. Now we're screwed.
Yeah, this is not ideal. Why? Sorry guys for loudness. It would have been nicer if you don't have this safety car.
Is Istvan boxing? No more. Yes!
Yes! So he definitely hit something. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so he did get damage. Allemaal, Danny. Allemaal.
so yeah, no ideal scenario for us. We boxed to the hearts, hoping there was going to be 17 laps of racing left, and now that has been reduced by a few laps, and there was not really an opportunity for us to box, I felt like.
Gold.
Because the field spread was so little, and yeah, didn't really expect anyone to box. So, not ideal for us, but with Danny only needing a P9, yeah, we should be fine, to be honest. There are, of course, some really fast guys like Tamas behind us on the softs. However, I felt like hards was still a better choice than the softs. I think mediums would have been the best choice at the time we boxed. Looking back at when the safety car came out as well, of course. But yeah, hards could have definitely worked.
Why is Blood staying behind me?
Well, as well with that safety car. So yeah, mediums would have been the best. We went for hards, hoping there was going to be 17 full laps of racing. But even then, I think mediums would have been a better option, to be honest. So, yeah, there is a lot of strategy variety on F1 23, which I love. You can basically, like in this race, where there was 17 laps remaining, go for softs, mediums, or hards. And they can all work pretty well, depending how you use your tires. So, Thomas Gall managed to get past us there, but it was a bit of a cat and mouse game between P1, 2, and 3. As you can see, we got absolutely cooked there.
That's exciting.
On the straights, and that's how powerful DRS is around Baku. Because by the time the DRS opens,
20%?
you've already got so much speed. You're already well over 300 kph. So the DRS advantage is absolutely huge. So we have a little look down the inside of Thomas Gall into turn 3, trying to pressurize him a little bit. Istvan already up to P4.
Yes.
And he has slightly newer tires, because he went back onto another set of new mediums, because he had still 2 new sets of mediums.
You're boxing.
Yeah, as you can hear Danny say that he's boxing, which I felt like was a little bit risky, considering he only needs a P9, but
this is a very short fit.
it actually might be faster, to be honest. Depending on how much time you gain, of course, on that new set of softs. 7 laps of racing remaining for us, and yeah, to make up that pit stop you just did, you're gonna have to gain around 2 seconds per lap, maybe a little bit more.
I literally got a drive-through. I came out from the pit with red belt, I stopped on track and I got a drive-through. This is bullshit.
And yeah, as you can hear Danny say, you're just gonna drive through for going under the VSC delta. So that's a bit unlucky. The delta can go red sometimes the second you come out of the pits, and then yeah, there's nothing you can really do about it. You'll just get a drive through if it just ends the second you come out of the pits. So that's a little bit unlucky. But yeah, I'm sure Danny can get his way back up to P9 even with the drive-through. Lap 47 now, end of lap 47. We're gonna go for the move on Tomas. We've got Istvan right behind us on a slightly newer set of mediums, and we're gonna somehow have to try and fend him off in the last few laps, or maybe let him go and then have a little drag race to the line. It's not gonna be easy, because yeah, if we want to get him on the last lap, it's quite a big gap we're gonna have to gain towards the finish. Considering he's on the mediums and on higher wings, he's gonna gain.
You are right, I will make P9. You are right, and I will have fastest lap.
He's gonna gain a lot in the middle sector on those mediums,
Such a big
and
compared to me.
Danny's comments sometimes kill me, man, especially when I'm watching the race back. At the time I'm just focusing, but the guy says funny stuff, especially when driving. Anyway, back to the racing part. You can see we've got 85% battery remaining as we head into turn 1, and 1 lap of racing remaining. Now the question is, can we win the drag race to the line on this final lap of the race? I felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay behind and hope that we can get Istvan, who is on slightly newer tires, and the mediums, of course, higher wings. So it's not gonna be easy. We're gonna have to nail this middle sector in order to have a chance. We have a little bit of a moment out of turn 3, and we have to get. We're gonna have to keep it together here. You can hear me say, I might actually drop out of DRS and lose another position to Tomas. It doesn't matter. Danny is gonna get P9 and win the championship anyway. So we are just having fun here, trying to chase down Istvan on our way to the line. To the castle section we go. You can see Istvan has much more grip compared to us, but we're gonna still try and absolutely nail the next few corners, turn on the ERS, the overtake button, in order to get as close as we can. You can see the gap has gotten quite big, I think it even got up to 9/10 at some point. So we're gonna have to make up
I'm
all
7/10
that
back.
time back up on our way to the line. You can even say we're 7/10 back as we head through the final corner. We're gonna turn on the overtake button, get the slipstream, get the DRS, and let's see if we're gonna be able to close in enough and go
We're
for the
making this.
overtake just before the line. You can hear me say, there's no way we're gonna make this. It's gonna be too far back, unfortunately for us, and we're only gonna come home in P2. You can see we
Man, I hit
got
the cliff on the last lap.
I made such a good race. We got 1/10 short in the end. You can see 1.1 tenths in the end. Unfortunately, was still a really good race. We messed up going on hard in that last tenth. Thought it was going to be better, to be honest. You could hear me say we hit the cliff on the last lap, which lost us a little bit of pace. Danny got PA there and managed to get the championship home, which was the aim in this race. Make sure to like and subscribe for more league racing content. New season of the Ironman League is going to be starting soon. See you guys next time. Ciao.